right, so I'm here with Fred Phillips, who is the Vice President of the Friends of the Clinton River Trail, and we're talking about this amazing improvement going on in Pontiac on the Clinton River Trail. What's going on here?
Well, this is a project that's been a long time coming. City of Pontiac finished their part of the Clinton River Trail back in 2004, but basically once they finished it in 2004, they just left it sit. People used it. Over time, it kind of deteriorated, and so there were a lot of aspects of it that needed to be relooked at, improved, and in some senses you might say modernized, because standards have changed in that amount of time, and so our road crossings, for example, weren't up to the current standards. So the project we have here is basically reworking the entire length of the trail from Pontiac Drive to Bagley in the city of Pontiac, and a little bit of it's in Sylvan Lake, and bringing it all up to current standards, and hopefully making it a lot more enjoyable for everybody to ride or walk or explore in any way.
That's cool. So when I rode this a month and a half ago, it was like a double track. It was just kind of like dirt grooves, and now it's a beautiful path, right?
It's a dramatic improvement. As you said, it was a two-track in a lot of places. Some places it was even just down to a single track.
Right.
And now it's a full 10-foot wide crushed stone pathway with amenities along the line coming. We haven't finished everything yet.
That's great. And so amenities, so I know that at the street crossings, there's been some concrete added and some, I call them orange bumpy things. What do you call them?
Tactical warning strips. Right. That's one of the changes in the standards since the trail was initiated in 2004. Any crossing has to have ADA compliance associated with it, and one of the requirements are the tactical warning strips, or orange bumpy strips.
And so we're standing on a bridge between what two streets? It's
between Thomas Court and Lake Street.
And we're standing on a bridge, and so is this the old bridge that we were afraid to cross a couple months ago?
Well, the structure of the bridge remains the same. This is an old railroad bridge.
Awesome.
And when I say old, it's almost 100 years old.
It looks great, though.
And it was changed over to a pedestrian bicycling bridge back in 2004. But the railings were a little shaky, and so we've got all brand new railings and reinforcements. So I don't know that I'll claim it'll be good for another 100 years, but certainly should last quite a long time.
Yeah, neither you or I need it to go 100 years, but that's okay. So, and then sometimes when I ride these roads or these paths, I get to, streets that are easy to cross, and other times they're not so easy to cross. Are we doing anything to help crossing streets here?
Well, interesting you mentioned that. Friends of the Clinton River Trail has a set of goals, and our number one goal is to make the road crossings all as safe as is practical to do. So at Orchard Lake Road, for example, they will be installing a new hawk signal there with the push button, where pedestrians or cyclists push the button, wait for the signals to cycle, and then that'll stop traffic and you can safely cross Orchard Lake Road.
That's awesome.
We're also straightening out the crossing. As a railroad, the railroads were here before the roads.
Yeah.
And so the railroad went where it wanted to go. And in this case, it goes diagonally across Orchard Lake Road in Pontiac. That makes it a very long crossing. The roadway is 4 lanes wide. The speed limit's 35, but the average speed is probably 45 or 50.
Or 55 or 60.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Which makes it an enormous challenge for even people who are skilled cyclists to find a gap in traffic, get all the way across on that long diagonal crossing.
Yep.
So the major improvement is to make the crossing now perpendicular, so it's a much shorter distance, and to have the overhead lights so that when you hit the button, it'll cycle and stop traffic, and then you can safely cross.
Great. And who pays for all this stuff?
Interesting question. The answer is a lot of people and a lot of organizations. The basic source of funds is the Clinton River Trail Friends Group, but we get our funds from private donations. We get our funds from various groups, organizations in the area who offer grants for work like this. We had participation by the city of Pontiac. They contributed funds. The city of Sylvan Lake contributed funds.
Awesome.
I would say that the primary source of funds is the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation's Trails Maintenance Grant, and that covered almost half of the total cost. In total cost, we're talking nearly $750,000 for all of these improvements.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and and I've said this to you off camera. I'll say it to you again. Thank you for your leadership with the Friends of the Clinton River Trail. It's hard to organize this. It's hard to raise the money. It's hard to make it happen. And once it's done, it looks like it's always been here, and nobody really fully, remembers, the energy that goes into these amazing trails. So thank you.
Well, thanks go to all of the users and all of the people in the area who help us by donating to the group, by showing up at city council meetings and advocating on behalf of having trails in Southeast Michigan. That's really the key thing is to have that level of citizen support.
And if somebody wanted to get more engaged, in addition to that, if they want to get engaged with the Friends of the Clinton River Trail, how do they do that?
Easy enough. ClintonRiverTrail.org.
ClintonRiverTrail.org.
All one word, ClintonRiverTrail.org.
Fantastic. Well, thanks.
Well, thank you, Josh, and keep hiking.
Keep hiking. And this is usable now?
Oh, yes.
So come out and enjoy all of the Clinton River Trail, including this incredible new feature in Pontiac, Michigan. It's fantastic. You can see they're working on it right now.